What's going on, folks? This is Steve. We are with Race Day, and today, my oh my, the same state showdown here for Texas for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Last couple of weeks have been really good, man. Multiple winners. Last week at Darlington, an incredible race, but chaos at the end. Unfortunately, heartbreak for one of our drivers here, John Hagan, but man, he is showing that speed and can definitely get it done today. But today, again, we're at Texas Motor Speedway, an incredible 1.5 mile track in race number 1 of the same state showdown. And you ask, Steve, what is the same state showdown? Well, I'll tell you as we get down trackside to qualifying. Everyone right now is starting to qualify, get themselves onto the top of the row. Gonna matter so much. Who gets this pole track position here will be absolutely key. But the same state showdown, folks, today is going to be Texas Motor Speedway, right outside Fort Worth, Texas, and the next week is going to be COTA, Circuit of the Americas, also in Texas. So this is going to be kind of a fun little narrative for the next 2 races. It's basically going to act like a little, it's like a side pot. It's like a 2-race mini championship, and they'll combine the points of today's race as well as next week's race, and that will determine basically a points champion from these 2 races, and that'll be it. They will win a cash prize as well as find themselves into the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. So should be a lot of fun. Man, Texas, ASRA has not gone to since season 3. So it's been a long time, and it always provides a great race whenever I race here myself personally. But man, I cannot wait to get this thing going. Big thanks to Wheels America for sponsoring today's race and also next week's race at COTA. Awesome folks over there. If you were here with us at the beginning of the ASRA Cup Series, they were the title sponsor for quite a while. And man, they are incredible. Wheels America has been remanufacturing wheels since 1994. With over 35,000 wheels in inventory, we stock the most diverse inventory of original wheels in the United States. Our goal is to ensure our customer gets the correct wheel along with the best customer service experience. Call 210-590-0602 for a quote today. Awesome guys over there at Wheels America. Big thanks to them. But right now, we're going to focus on a big race today. Matthew Fleming right here, coming down, qualifying. Up the top right now, Christian Angel, but hold on, Nick Lights gets it. There he is, that digital downforce machine looking good. Awesome job. Roger Pierce in that 76. A lot of these guys today are going to put on a show. I heard a lot of good things about the track conditions. Tim Robb right now. Man, I can't say enough about this paint scheme. Looks so good. That red and gold. Big fan of that right there. Very cool looking. Gary Slipinski on track right here as well at 78. He won back in Michigan in race number 2, so he is already locked into those playoffs. But watch out for him as he can be a factor today. Austin Salyers in the 19. Another one. Daryl Young. Here he comes, that 71 HDR machine looking good. Who else on track right now? Julio Villalobos in the 45. Actually having a pretty good season so far in that 45. Watch for him today to definitely keep that momentum going. Austin Salyers up to P3 with that 29.60. Really close right now, but Nick Lights with that 29.47. Almost more than a tenth up on these guys. Very impressive. Brandon 6 right now, subbing in for Hugo Curiel in that 74, so Hugo Curiel fans, no worries. This car is in great shape right now. He might be a contender here for the pole. We know how fast Brandon 6 is, obviously, so we'll see how this goes. Devin Smirka right now, a couple of highlights down low in P18. Matthew Smith, he's back, folks. Your Season 1 champion for the ASRA Cup Series. And there he is, that 29. Looking good, he's back into this Cup Series. We're going to try and see what he can do. Scott Casorn now on track in the Busch Light machine. Looking exquisite as always. Love this paint scheme. Daryl Young, though, kisses that grass just a little bit. What can he do? P13 at first, but P8 is where he'll settle down. Not too bad right there. Brandon 6 still in the back stretch. Going to come down right now and seemingly end this lap. So far, pretty good. What can he get? Brandon 6. Looks like that lap didn't maybe count. Didn't see it on the board there, so not sure what's going on there, but definitely interesting for sure. Nick Light still your pole sitter so far. Matthew Smith right now in P25, so he's locked in right there. Going to give it one more go. They get 2 laps, so we'll see how they can get this right now. Matthew Smith coming around. What can he get? Brandon Bowie looks like deciding not to qualify. Might still go out. But Matt Smith, P14 for him. Not too bad right there. Scott Casorn, 28th place. Frankie Barroso, here we go. 2-time winner so far this season. Has won 2 of the biggest races on the schedule. Daytona to open the season, and then Darlington last week. I think he'll even admit that he kind of walked into that one, but you know what? Sometimes that's what it takes, right? Is just putting yourself in position to win the race. And that's what he did. We'll see what he gets. A couple notables right now. Brandon Bowie, Brandon 6, not having great qualifying laps. In fact, looks like they decided to potentially start in the back. So we'll get word officially on that as we go. But right now, Frankie Barroso, the only car on track with about 2 minutes left to go. So we'll see how this wraps up. Looking very, very fast today. Again, stages will matter today. Lap 30 and lap 70 will be the stages. So we have to keep that in mind. Frankie Barroso P18 on the first lap. One more to go. A minute 35 left to go. No one else is coming down off pit road. Oh, Brandon Bowie, hold on. I spoke way too soon. Brandon Bowie, winner of the Clash as well as Kentucky a couple weeks back. So he's looking to get back into that win column. We know we can do it. But, man, last week at Darlington probably could have won potentially if certain things went his way, but it just didn't work out that way. Frankie Barroso up to P10 as we wrap that up with him. And Brandon Bowie is going to be the last driver, it looks like, to qualify. So we'll see where he can wrap up here. But, man, it's going to be a tough effort to surpass Nick Lights. 29.47. Extremely quick. Also, shout out to Austin Salyers, Christian Angel in P2 and 3 right now. Excellent job. Part of the Harpoon Design Racing Team developmental program, I believe they call it. So very, very good job right there for them. A couple of rookies on that team, but man, they are showing up. Brandon Bowie got real tight and real up high there on turn 4. That's going to be it for him, unfortunately, right now in 29th place. So that's going to wrap up qualifying. He's going to take the Legends Oval, I think, right there, but decides to park it. So that's going to be it, folks. We're going to get to the grid here shortly. Again, big thanks to Wheels America for sponsoring today's race, as well as our normal channel sponsors and race sponsors, Hosky.io, HarpoonDesign.com. Go and check them out. Very, very good paints right there. Admin Box. Man, we have all kinds of great sponsors. Checkered flag has waved for qualifying, and Nick Lights is going to be your pole sitter today. Excellent, excellent job right there for him. I'll tell you what, he has been a guy lately that we have seen him really dominate. Michigan, I feel like, was his race to win. But unfortunately, I mean, Gary Slipinski really had that great strategy to get that done. So incredible job. Right now, we're going to go trackside for the grid. We're going to get this race underway. The same state showdown, race number 1. 135 laps. Cannot wait to get this thing underway. Right now, starting on the pole again, Nick Lights. He'll be popping onto your screen here in just a second. There he is, that digital downforce number 2. Excellent looking car right there. Christian Angel rolling off P2. Great job. Austin Salyers in P3. Joseph Mealy in the All Things Go podcast machine. Awesome job. John Hagan, there he is. Man, starting P5. Watch out for him, that Flaming Hot Cheetos machine. Tell you what, his pace today might be flaming hot. Look out for him today. Mark Whitley in P6. You know him, folks, our Season 4 champion. Extremely good driver, and here he is, looking to get into the win column today. His teammate Roger Pierce in P7. Another strong contender for sure. Daryl Young going to be rolling off next in line. Not currently on the track, but we'll skip on past him for now. Matthew Fleming in P9, the Flem Dogs machine. Great looking car right there. Frankie Barroso rolling off P10. Ryan Dunkelberger, P11. Jimmy Graham in 12th place in the 62. Julio Villalobos rolling off 13th place. Jeremy Millerin in P14. Man, love those colors. Purple and what's that? Lime green on the Apollo number 10. Looking good. Matt Smith rolling off P15. Jacob Wiest, 16th. Andrew Phipps, a new driver again as well, but you'll know him from Season 4. Very, very fast driver in that 22. Glad to have him back for sure. Tim Robb in 18th place right there. Gary Slipinski in P19. James Kaufman, 20th place. Devin Smirker, man, clean car right here at dripdrops.io. Love the blue and black right there. Michael Johnson rolling off P22. Matthew Pont, excuse me. He's gonna slap me for that one in the number 1 machine. Again, another new driver, but you will recognize him from the Truck Series ASRA had. Great to see him back again as usual. Jackson Anderson right there. Marshall Harris into the field today. Josh Larson, 26th. Kenny Reel, 27th. Richard Woodruff, there he is, 28th place. Brandon Bowie rolling off 29th. Scott Gasorn in that 7 car rolling off 30th. Max Brady. Woo, new paint scheme today. We saw that plain white Carlos Pizza machine last week at Darlington for his debut, but this thing is clean, man. Love how that looks. Brandon Six again rolling off 32nd place. Rolling off and subbing for Hugo Curiel. And rounding out the field, Martin Nava in the 41. So 33 cars today, folks. Big field. Cannot wait to get this thing underway. Lap 30 is going to be the mark. That's stage number 1. Nice, cool track for these guys. A lot of grip. We'll see how, tires play. I think dirty air will definitely be a problem as well. But man, we're going to get it right now. Pace car comes off, and here we go. Green flag already in the air. The Geico restart zone, and off we go. The same state showdown is underway. Oh man, a big wreck right here on lap 1. Frankie Barroso down low right there. Who else is that? Way down low. Bounced off the corner. He goes through pit road. Man, bouncing off the wall there in turn 4. That can be deadly. But so far, no caution. Great maneuvers right there to get out of the way of that mess, and no caution. Austin Sires hard into the wall right there again on the front stretch. Man, oh man, what is with turn 4 right now? Big damage. Have to be careful of that. That car is not going to be too happy right now, but right now, hard racing at the front. Two by two right now. Jeremy Miller in right there. Jamie Graham, I believe that is. These restarts, that's in my notes today, folks. The restarts are going to be pretty crazy, but once they get single file, I really think we're going to have some great long green flag runs, but they got to be careful on the restarts. These new tires are pretty wild, as we saw right there in the opening laps. John Hagan way down low, going to try and make that move around Daryl Young. Patience right now is key. 30 laps is not a long time, but you definitely have to last that long. These tires, they're going to feel good right now, but man, 10 laps from now, they're going to be pretty angry, and you can't wear them off that soon. Gary Slopinski right here making a move. Jamie Graham down low. Up at the front, we're seeing some slicing and dicing right here. Dungelberger, a great move. Tried to peek down low. Mark Whitley as well. Right behind his teammate Daryl Young, going to try and sneak down low, and yes, he does. Oh, maybe not. Awesome job, great racing. Jamie Graham on the outside lane. Turns 1 and 2, you really can't make the outside lane work. 1 and 2 is just so awkward. It's really wide. It feels flat, but it's not. It's kind of a one groove racetrack. But at turn 3 and 4, you can really kind of just fly through it. Let's ride on board a lap with Mark Whitley here as we come across the stripe. Arcs the corner really nice. Definitely in tire saving mode. He's not giving it all he has right now because you got to hold on to him. Takes a great arc. And then watch this in 3 and 4. Dirty air will play into effect as well, but it's so nice to just kind of blaze through 3 and 4. Really smooth on the wheel. Very impressive so far. Great job. Up at the front, though, Nick Lights, Christian Angel, man, he is putting on a show right now. So far this season, not has had a lot of good luck, but has rained well at times. But here he is in that P2 spot. Further back in the field, get a quick update. Austin Salyer's way up back. Frankie Barroso as well. Again, he had contact initially. Unfortunately, we couldn't go back and take a look at that, but man, that was definitely close between him and one other driver. Jackson Anderson, middle of the pack, fighting alongside James Kaufman right now. A bunch of guys right here fighting side by side. Devin Smucker, Kenny Reel, Matthew Smith, Brandon Bowie, again way back here as well. Brandon Six, as well as Max Brady. So a lot of these faster guys are back in the pack. Not sure why they chose to do that. Track position here will be so key to stay up front. It's just hard to pass on these 1.5 mile tracks in this car. So we'll see how this race goes, but Max Brady going to try and sneak it in on the inside here. Down low of Matt Smith. So far so good. Devin Smirker going to try and come back from the pack. Not too bad, his teammate right in front here. Joseph Mealy, Marshall Harris. Marshall Harris here making an appearance. Looking good. I know he's been busy with life, so good to see him back right here. Josh Larson, though. Oh, Kaufman and Anderson here. Almost had some door banging right there a little bit. They keep it clean, though. Great job. Couple more drivers to watch out for right here. Definitely Jacob Wiest. We've seen just his ability to be quick, but also he gets the job done late in races. And right now, just trying to find his groove with 13 laps into the race. And Andrew Phipps as well, looking very strong early on. Phipps is a guy who loves the Xfinity car, and you'll see him in those cars. But right now in the next gens, he's very good, but he's trying to get reacclimated with this car. So we'll see him get faster and faster, I believe, as the season goes on. So great job there for him. A little further up front, Tim Robb, Mark Whitley, and Matthew Fleming battling here. Ooh, Whitley, a little loose on the outside lane. Pretty cool right now, folks. This race actually has 4 out of the 5 season champions for the ASRA Cup Series over its history. Pretty awesome. Matt Smith, Mark Whitley, Brandon Bowie, and Brandon Six make up. Oh, man. As Tim Robb, we see, he just smacked the wall right there. Don't see a whole lot of damage on the right side, so he might be okay, but you got to be careful about that. Man, look at that. I'm just going to say it again. Look at that paint scheme. The red has some little glittery dust in there, or some metallic. Man, that's can't keep talking about it. I love that. That's very, very impressive. Tell you what, those Harpoon Design paint schemes, man, unbelievable job. Go and check them out. But right here up front, man, Nick Lights is kind of walking away 4/10 of a lead right here, but P2 is under fire. John Hagan on the outside lane right here sneaks his way in, and then right now going to cross over into Roger Pierce. Here he is, nice and close up, flaming hot Cheetos. Roger's got it though, still in the outside lane. Great job. I'll tell you what, folks, 18 laps into this race, and this is a great, great race so far. All over the place. You can get pretty racy in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, it is difficult. You can make it work, but you really have to dedicate to it. But this battle, man, for the top 5. Incredible job right here. On board, Darrell Young, trying to squeeze his way in between Dunkelberger and his teammate Roger Pierce. And around this time, you'll start to see the drivers who have kind of lost their grip a little bit. Roger Pierce had a great qualifying effort, got up to the front, but right now kind of falling back a tiny bit. These first stages, fuel's not really a concern. With the tires, you have to hold on to them. Man, what good racing right here. Fleming making that move down low. Completes the pass. Fleming is a driver here that we've seen do really, really well over the course of the season so far. Had bad luck, I believe it was, at Kentucky with the speeding issue, but man, he has been really, really quick. Tell you what, he is one of those drivers to watch out for as far as getting into that win column. He can absolutely do it. Couple more battles here. Michael Johnson, Andrew Phipps, teammates. Jeremy Miller having a great showing right now. P13, right outside that top 10. Little tight right there with Andrew Phipps at 22, but makes it work. This is right outside that top 10, so you got to get into that top 10 for the stage points. 8 laps away now until that stage 1 concludes. And Mark Whitley making the outside lane work really impressively right there. It's not really a spot you typically see as far as a passing zone on the outside of turn 2, but he's making it work. Nick Light still up front as your leader. About a 6/10 of a lead right now for him. John Hagan in P2. This might be the John Hagan Redemption Tour because he is he is after blood right now. He had unfortunately bad luck at Darlington last week. Late race caution stole the win away from him after he had, I think it was like a 3-4 second lead. So right now, we'll see what he has for these boys. But Ryan Dunkelberger as well. He's a guy that early in the season, I knew he'd be a contender for a win at some point. And right here, that might be it. Yellow flag in the air, though. First caution of the day, Julio Villalobos, looks like as well, Andrew Phipps. On lap 24, first caution. I don't see a lot of damage, actually, from either one at first glance. Andrew might have some inside damage, just a tooch. Right by the number right there. Yeah, a little bit. Really not too bad, though. Villalobos. Oh, much, much worse. Unfortunately, right there. Let's go back and take a look. Oh, Mark Whitley is well involved. Might have been around the same time. Let's go back and take a look if we can. Looks like a lot went down here towards the back of the pack. Let's right on board Matthew Pont right here. In that one, the black car right there. Gets Marshall Harris got loose up there, but so Pont right here got really loose. Off turn 4. Looks like that wasn't actually it. That was just a separate issue. Mark Whitley, we'll see what happens here. A lot went down in these last few laps, so we'll definitely take a look. Coming out of turn 4, let's see if he gets loose. Oh, he does, just completely loses it. Andrew Phipps as well. Got tagged right there, couldn't slow it down in time, and man, a lot of these guys just not slowing down. Tough break. Yeah, Mark Whitley gets loose and Andrew Phipps. Let's see if we can actually watch Andrew Phipps onboard camera here. So Whitley goes for a ride in the grass, but for the most part remains unscathed. Yeah, tried to save it. Tried all he could. Riding aboard Villalobos. Yeah, I mean, just really, really tough. I mean, you see smoke, you gotta slow down, right? That's a tough break for a couple of these guys. You never know what can happen at these high speeds, but that's gonna be it, folks. Our first caution of the day. Villalobos, Mark Whitley got a little loose there, so this was lap 24, so I don't believe this is gonna be our stage end. If it happened within 5 laps to go, typically that'll be just called the stage end, but this will not be. So this is going to be right outside that that zone. So we will have to see how that works right there. But yeah, unfortunately, just loose conditions ultimately was what caused that to happen. Matthew Pont got loose, and then Mark Whitley in that same spot. And we know how good Mark Whitley is in these cars, but also as a driver. So if he's getting loose, we know a lot of these guys are struggling as well. So it is all good. Lap 27 right now. And we should have a bit of a green-white checkered finish for the stage, as we typically do here. So right now, pace car still has the lights on. Brandon Davis, there he is, the official choose car of the ASRA. And as we always do, let's ride on board real quick, and we'll get the choose action going on. We do this with 2 laps to go. Everyone chooses, and then off they go. Next lap, they'll go green. Very cool right here. So right now, a lot on the line. Stage points will definitely happen. So we're going to watch out to see how this happens. Again, I think the restarts ultimately are what is going to be the biggest headache, I think, at this track, but we'll find out pretty quick. Folks, real quick, let's go and thank a few of our sponsors, and then we'll come back next lap for the restart. All right, folks, we are back to race day, and this is the same state showdown for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. And this is going to be pretty interesting right here. 2 laps to go. Wasn't quite the stage end, because it wasn't within 5 laps to go, that last caution that came out. So basically the rules are, we have a green-white checkered for the stage. So we'll go green here. Next flag ends it. Who can walk off with this stage win? Top 10 pay the points. And here we go. Starter has the green flag in the air, and they are in the Geico restart zone. Nick Lights leads us off. Lap 29, we have 2 more laps to go at this point. Nick Lights way up front right now, but a lot of guys battling. Look at this. For that top 10, 3 wide entering turn 3 and 4. Can they hold the line? Yes, they can. Oh, hard hit right there into the wall. Oh, my word. James Kaufman, Matthew Pont, and I believe Matthew Smith. And that will definitely, oh man, Matt Smith, really hard hit right there onto the outside wall. Pont and James Kaufman. And that definitely will end the stage number 1. So Nick Lights. There he is, gonna be your stage 1 winner. A great job for Nick, got the pole. And then it has stage 1. Very, very fast car today for him in that digital downforce number 2. Fantastic job. But real quick, before they go to pit, Let's take a look at that replay, man. That was pretty wild. Actually, you know what? Let's wait until after the pit stops. That way we can show you guys who takes what for tires, full of fuel. All kinds of options right now. And man, everyone's coming down pit road. A couple drivers not doing so, but a lot are coming. A lot of guys deciding to stay out. Max Brady, Brandon Bowie. A couple of drivers staying out front right now. These guys right here, this is the smart move. They probably pit at that caution last time by. They have the fresh tires. They don't care about the stage points if they're way out back. And here we go. Jeremy Millerin having a great run right there. Joseph Mealy coming off pit road, all beating Nick Lights. So a great job. Let's real quick go and look at that incident real fast, because that one was definitely a big one. Let's go and take a look if we can. I know a lot's transpired since then. Let's see if we can find out what actually happened here, but that was a lot going on. James Kaufman. Oh man, Matthew Smith just straight into the wall. And then into James Kaufman. Did he have maybe like a technical issue or a wheel issue? Because wow, that was, he just snapped. Go back a little further here. Still is an issue. Let's take a look once more. We'll find it, I promise. Oh, contact with Millerin right there. That's what it was. The 10 car and the 29. That's a bad break, unfortunately, for a couple of these guys. Man. That slight contact, and we talked about it. These stage ends and these restarts, that was the only concern for me as far as, you know, what we're going to see. But either way, awesome job for Nick Lights as your stage winner. Let's go and try and bring him in here for his stage 1 victory. Let's bring him in. Where's old Nick Lights? Come on now, here we go. There he is, Nick Lights in the booth right now. Your stage 1 winner, man. Great job right there. Thought that caution was going to cause some chaos, and it did, but you managed to make it happen. So how's that car feeling today, dude?
Pretty good. Being up there with clean air definitely helps out a lot. But yeah, get the stage win. I think that's the second one of the season so far. The Murphy Esports guys are great, and see if we can do it again for stage 2 and try to sweep the whole week and bring home the checker flag.
Yes, sir. How's the car feel? How's the track feel? Is it tight out there? It's cool conditions, so like, talk to the fans about how it feels right now.
Yeah, in practice it was definitely tight during the longer run, but with me being up there up front with the clean air, it wasn't too bad. It actually, you know, rotated pretty well, which I suck at driving tight race cars, but being up there, it wasn't too bad.
Sounds great, man. Well, hey, good luck rest of the way, and yeah, go and try and win this thing.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Already there he is, Nick Lights, doing what he can, looking really good. Very, very fast car, the number 2. We will see what he can do. But right now, Max Brady up at the front, Brandon Bowie up front as well. And these guys right here did not pit under this last caution to end the stage, but they did pit when that first wreck happened on lap, I believe it was 24. So we're going to see a lot of these guys with different strategies. They have new tires, but they're really about 2 laps old, compared to these guys. Behind them, Nick Lights and all the leaders that ended stage 1. So we're going to find out real quick what these guys have. Max Brady, Brandon Bowie going to have that clean air, which Nick Lights just talked about. It's so huge. Awesome job right here. Max Brady going to get us back going. Green flag in the air. And just like that, stage 2 is underway. Turn 1. This is where we saw some issues earlier, but turns 3 and 4 really is where we saw guys get loose. Can they get through it here on the first lap? Brandon Bowie dives way down low, almost tried to make a move there. Couldn't quite get it done. Awesome stuff so far. Fresh tires. These cars are all feeling great. But look at this right here. 2 wide for about 6 rows deep. Awesome, awesome job. Jeremy Millerin leading that inside lane a little bit. The draft does matter here for a little bit, especially on the front stretch. Again, on new tires, it feels so good. You want to really just be in the throttle the entire time, but if you want to manage, have to hold on to it. And again, this stage ended a little later than what it should have been, so that's going to alleviate a lot of that as we see, man, Tim Robb way up high right there in turn 2. Going to be careful there. But stage 2 will end on lap 70. So it's still a long way to go here. Again, fuel mileage should be okay. It comes down to, can they hold on to their tires? Max Brady up front. Roger Pierce really trying to make a move here on the outside lane. Looking good, getting really close. Brendan Bowie right now on the inside lane. Really snuck it in. Great maneuver. A lot of these guys up front, this was a fantastic move to get themselves up front right here. Nick Lights. Down low of John Hagan. These are the guys that we saw leading stage 1. And now they're battling for a top 10. Great racing so far. Again, that restart last time, it really kind of showed what it takes, right? I mean, if we have a clean restart, 2 or 3 laps into it, we can have some great green flag racing. And right now, we are seeing just that. A quick update on a few drivers. Matthew Smith, unfortunately, still in the pits. Scott Casorn as well. Matthew Ponce is back on track. Andrew Phipps as well on track after some damage repaired. Kaufman and Villalobos all on track right now, trying to save themselves and get some points. So not a bad look right there. Jeremy Millerin, we're seeing him climb down that pole right there, the scoring tower. A little loose on the down low on the inside of 2 Murphy Esport drivers. Doing what he can right now to survive. Quick update, the 83 car of Jackson Anderson and the 62 of Jamie Graham both had to serve drive-through penalties for changing lanes on the restart. So that'll be Jamie Graham as well as Jackson Anderson. And he's serving that penalty right now for Anderson, so good to know right there. Max Brady, though, again, in that clean, that's going to be king today, I feel like, folks. Clean air is king, and if we see somebody hold on to that top spot, that might just be it. Michael Johnson making a great move right here in P4. We saw him debut last week at Darlington and had a great run. But look out, man. We're still 2 wide back in the field. Look at all these guys. Tim Robb on the inside of Daryl Young. Huge move right here. Man, had a great run behind Jackson Anderson. Gonna go 3 wide here. Jackson Anderson falls down. Tim Robb, ooh, hold on to it. Gets a great run down low. Close racing all around here in Texas. Tim Robb right now looking very strong. Mark Whitley making a comeback here a little bit. We saw him get loose through that grass, unfortunately. Didn't really have any damage. So right now, currently in P18, having to get himself back up to the front. Max Brady comes down pit road. What's going on here? Very interesting call. This was your leader. Interesting. We'll look at that and see how that shakes up. We'll try and get word on Max Brady. Could be a strategy call. Might know that he needs more fuel to end the stage and decides to come down and pit right now. We'll wait and see what that means. But right now, Brandon Bowie is your leader. Roger Pierce in P2. I'll tell you what, Roger Pierce looks pretty strong today. I know he was bummed to miss last week at Darlington. Had a great paint scheme prepared, but Roger Pierce looking pretty deadly today in that 76. He's looking for his first win in this series. And today might be that day for him. Devin Schmecker up front. Up 18 spots on the day in that 26 drip drops machine. Knocking on the door there of Roger Pierce, but man, that car's looking pretty good. Dripdrops.io. You'll see them a few more times. Sponsoring a few more races, so great job by them and really cool of them. Jeremy Miller in here on the outside lane of Joseph Mealy. Very strong. Oh, Brandon 6 right there for Hugo Guriel in his car. Man, look at this. Super close racing. Awesome job right here. Millerin and Nick Lights, your stage 1 and pole sitter. Winner for those. Down low here, trying to get back through. We'll see what kind of car that Nick Lights has. The dirty air right here definitely is not going to be favorable. But if he is that fast car, we'll see him get there. But Brandon Bowie has some competition now. Devin Schmecker is right there. Looking pretty strong right now early on. Trying to catch Brandon Bowie. This group right here, man, Dunkelberger, Millerin, Mealy right here, and Sapinski. These guys are battling pretty hard right now. I don't see a lot of saving right now. And man, they are just close. No contact, no damage, right? But just some overall hard racing. Very impressive. A little further back, Martin Nava right here, Richard Woodruff. A bunch of guys holding on to their stuff. Doing a pretty decent job. Josh Larson right here in that 51. Right now in P20. Felt pretty good in practice, I believe, from what he was telling me, but right now it just seems kind of off the pace. Not sure if there's a tire issue or whatnot, but we'll definitely cover a couple more of these guys as we go. But it is heating up at the front. Roger Pierce under fire here by Brandon 6 and Nick Lights. Different lanes right here. Nick Lights making it move. Roger Pierce might get past her on the inside of Brandon 6. Bowie now has a 0.3 of a second lead by John Hagan and Schmecker. Hagan's coming back here. Hagan right now definitely has that speed to compete. Gets around Devin Schmecker right now. Michael Johnson as well, right behind him. Nick Lights has fought all the way back to P5. Fantastic job all around. You can really tell the competition this year has raised exponentially. everyone just knows how to drive around each other, right? Sometimes, yeah, loose conditions and maybe a mistake here and there can cause a caution, but right now, very, very impressed by this field. Right now, we're seeing also Matthew Smith coming off pit road, has that damage fixed. Car looks pretty good, unfortunately, multiple laps down, but getting back into the swing of things for him in this car, and we'll see what kind of race he can put together at the end of this. But man, this battle about the mid-pack, this is really impressive. Very close racing right now, seeing Jeremy Millerin, Kenny Reel down low, and Christian Angel, who had a great qualifying run, qualified P3, Christian Angel, and right now doing a great job, currently in P13 as he sits, but definitely has that speed. James Kaufman looks like bringing that car onto pit road right now, or off pit road, excuse me, so has some damage on the front end. Man, hate to see that, but keeps it going. Up at the front, not a lot's changing right now. The leaders are catching lap down traffic, so we're going to see Brandon Bowie here in just a second catch Marshall Harris, who's trying what he can on the outside lane. But Brandon Bowie, Devin Sprecher, John Hagan, Nick Lights, and Brandon Six going to be our top 5 right now. A lot of these guys looking very fast. 13 laps away from the end of stage 2. And Brandon Bowie right now out front has that clean air. A big move right here. Kenny Reel, Gary Slapinski trying to sneak down low of Joseph Mealy in that 6. And he might just get there. Looking good for that 78 right now. Again, Brandon Bowie catching some lap down traffic. There he is, Marshall Harris. Everyone else on track. A lot of these guys right here, we're seeing this. Big packs, a lot of guys holding together. The thing is that you'll see, I mean, drafting does help, right? In a track like this, the speeds are high enough where draft does matter to a degree, but a lot of the thing is that there's drivers up at the front who are saving tires, right? So they're trying to hold off. But then there's also drivers in the back who are just giving it all they can, so they kind of meet in the middle at that point. And right here, this is their middle. Christian Angel diving down low to Roger Pierce. Joseph Mealy doing the same thing here. Here he is riding aboard Roger Pierce. Get a great view of that gyro cam. It really shows off the angle of the banking right here. We'll ride on board for another half a lap so you can watch turn 3 and 4. But also just look at this. Max Brady flies through down low. Has those fresh tires. Max Brady in 25th spot. Again, did pit a couple laps ago, maybe about 10, 15 laps ago. Not sure why yet. Haven't heard back. Don't believe it was a penalty that was assessed, so this might just be strategy here for Max Brady. Trying a few things, maybe trying a few things as far as stage 3. So we'll definitely keep a close eye on him to see what's up his sleeve for sure. Frankie Barroso, again, another one similar to Mark Whitley, who had an issue on lap 1. Oh, and a caution flag is out. Mark Whitley again on the front stretch. Goes around. I believe that also involved maybe Jeremy Millerin, but definitely Josh Larson as well. We saw him into the wall just a little bit. I don't think it was massive. Oh, some right side damage. Yeah, definitely a hard hit right there. Millerin as well, potentially. But Mark Whitley, yeah, definitely was in the grass yet again. Not sure what actually caused it, but let's go back and take a look. So riding right now with Jeremy Millerin in that 10. Oh, and it already oh man, Millerin slams into the 77. Let's go back once more. It looks like it actually involved Whitley. So here we go. Whitley right here with his teammate Roger Pierce. And man, Whitley just gets loose again. Yeah, really, just really tough break. Very uncharacteristic of our Season 4 champion. And unfortunately, Larson got involved as well. Let's take a look on board. So there he is, just loses it. Anderson gets involved too on the outside lane. Millerin right here. Yeah, it looks like he tries to sneak through the grass to try and avoid it, but unfortunately just couldn't get out of the way in time. And Larson looks like he tried to sneak through it, but maybe... Ooh. Yeah, just did what he can. Some slight arc braking potentially there, but again, when you see smoke all over the track, and it's tough. It's not always the easiest. And right now, this is going to be it. So, John Hagen up front. A lot of these drivers did pit, ironically enough. We'll get word from our race control, but that should not be our stage end. So we'll find out real quick what happens here. But man, yeah, tough break for Mark Whitley. Right now in the pits, but all good. Right now, let's go and thank a few sponsors, folks. We'll come right back and recap what just happened.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Alrighty, folks, we are back right now to the same state showdown, and right now it is choose time. There's the choose car. We'll give you that nice alternate angle. There is the car. Big thanks to harpoondesign.com for designing that car, as well as a lot of paint schemes here on the track. So if you do need a paint scheme for any NASCAR style car on iRacing, go and check out harpoondesign.com. And Brantley will definitely get you going. Brantley's probably even in the chat, so hey, go and say hi to him. But right now, that was the choose, and this is going to be another green-white checkered attempt here for the stage. So basically, all that means is that we'll go back green here, and then a lap 70. That'll be it. So this is going to be pretty interesting right now. A lot on the line, a lot going on. A lot of drivers right now did what Brandon Bowie and Max Brady and those guys did in the first stage. They went and pit right now. That way they can set themselves up for a better stage 3. So stage 3 might be pretty interesting to see how this goes. Right now we're seeing John Hagen in that P1 spot. So he will lead us to green to end this stage. The pace car lights are off. A lot of drivers choosing the inside lane. You can see it. Outside lane pretty short. But we are off right now. The inside lane, a lot of drivers choosing to come down pit road again. top off on fuel, maybe get some late tires. Either way, a lot can happen here. 66 laps in, getting word from race control. This is going to end at the normal distance of lap 70, so this won't be a green-white checkered per se, but if a caution comes out after this, that will end, and that will be considered the stage end. So right now, lap 70 is still the mark. John Hagen leads us off, and the green flag is back in the air. Devin Smucker dives down lower there of Richard Woodruff. Looking pretty good. A lot of guys up here that normally aren't, but they're taking a risk. They're trying to get those points for the stage. Woodruff might be on old tires right here. We'll see how that goes. Brandon Bowie as well, down low. Some tight racing. Daryl Young trying to make a move here, down low as well. Kenny Reel right in front of him. Fresh tires. This is the case. They want to get those stage wins. Brandon Bowie takes it 3 wide here on the outside lane. Incredible move. 3 wide. Can they make it stick? Garrett Lipinski on the middle. Yes, they can. Daryl Young in the middle as well. Brandon 6 on the outside lane. Oh, Daryl Young really close. They all hold on to it. 1 more lap to go to end and decide stage 2. John Hagen up front with a 2/10 of a lead right now. Brandon Bowie up there as well. But man, with those fresh tires, John Hagen cannot stand a chance. 2 and 3 wide in the back right here. This is for stage 2. Brandon Bowie with ease passes on the outside lane and will steal stage 2 away from John Hagen. And a great race behind him to decide that top 10 for the stage points. But Brandon Bowie, man, oh man, on those fresh tires, got it done right there. And P1 has the stage 2 victory. Very, very good job right there for Brandon Bowie to win that stage number 2. Awesome end to that stage. Very, very cool right there. So Brandon Bowie is your stage winner right now. They're going to hold off for that pace car. There it is. Got to hold up for that. But so pit strategy right now will be interesting to see who decides to come down pit road and who doesn't. A lot of varying strategies. They want that front lane. Brandon Bowie going to stay out front as we expected because he just pit a second ago. But John Hagen, Kenny Reel, Matthew Fleming, all these drivers come down pit road. We'll talk to Brandon Bowie in a second. We want to cover these pit stops real quick first. But here we go. At this point, folks, really, it's about like half the field is on a different strategy. They pit with that last caution, and now they stay up front right now. And look at this, Fleming already back out. So some strategy already for Fleming. I believe that was 2 tires if my eyes serve me correctly. Gary Slipinski, Kenny Reel off the track now. Frankie Barroso. The bad luck bug has struck for him today early on, but he's still in this thing. Daryl Young comes off. Frankie Barroso. Everyone getting their car situated. Looking pretty good. So Brandon Bowie is your stage 2 winner right now. Pace car lights are still on. So let's go and thank a few sponsors real fast. We'll come back and we'll talk to your stage 2 winner.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, Rock pool cash grab, NFTs delight, Rock pool cash grab, idiot.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Alrighty, race fans, welcome back to the Same State Showdown presented by Wheels America. This is an awesome race right now. Texas today, and then next week is COTA, Circuit of the Americas, the first road course on the schedule. Going to be an incredible time. But Texas today is the first race of the Same State Showdown. Basically how it works is that today and next week's race points will combine and basically acts as like a little mini two-race championship. And the winner of that will get a cash prize as well as entry into the All-Star race. So very cool stuff, obviously. And again, a lot on the line as well as entry into the playoffs with a win. So right now, lap 73, we're going to go back green here momentarily. But a big thanks overall to everyone involved over at Wheels America. But lap 73, stage 2 is over. Caution lights are still actually on the track, so it looks like this is going to be extended once more. So let's actually go real quick and talk to Brandon Bowie, if we can, your stage 2 winner. As always, we'll try and sneak him in like we like to do. Here he is, Brandon Bowie, your stage 2 winner. Pace car lights are still on, so we'll try and sneak you in here. Hey man, how's the race going? Great job. Looks like you had fresh tires there to cap off that stage 2 and get around Hagen. So how's the car feeling? How do you feel you're doing?
Man, it's it's a little crazy out here, to be honest with you. You know, up here, up front, it's pretty tame, but back there, mid-pack on back, it's a hornet's nest. So, I was just, you know, got lucky on the way how the cautions fell. Came down, took tires, and I just about wrecked it on that the one lap before the stage end. But man, for somehow I was able to hold on to it and got in front of Hagen and won that stage. So I just got to try to figure out how the heck to win this thing.
Yes, sir. A lot on the line right here, too. Again, Same State Showdown, first race. But great job so far. Stage 2 winner, and good luck rest of the way.
All right, thanks.
Alrighty, there he is, your stage winner for stage 2, excuse me. A great job right there, nonetheless. But right now, we're going to go back green. About 60 laps to go here for the Same State Showdown numero uno. So a great, great time so far. Brandon Bowie, your stage 2 winner. Quick recap as well for Wheels America. Wheels America's been around since 1994 and has been remanufacturing wheels. So with over 35,000 wheels in inventory, we stock the most diverse inventory of original wheels in the U.S. Our goal is to ensure our customer gets the correct wheel along with the best customer service experience. So call 210-590-0602 for a quote today. Go and check them out, folks, online as well, wheelsamerica.com. And thanks to them, we're going to go back green here on lap 75. Cannot wait to get this thing back going. No more stages planned. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Brandon Bowie leads us back off. So far, commanding lead already for Brandon Bowie. That clean air definitely matters. But look at this, Ryan Dungelberger on the inside of Mealy. trying what he can to pass him down low. Same thing with Christian Angel. Very, very close racing already. These restarts are so close together. Brand new tires feel so good in these cars, but you have to be disciplined enough to hold on to the tires. Ooh, Mealy right here, and Nava, I believe that is. Yes, gets spun out right here, down low on the apron, makes it an incredible save from Martin Nava. Very impressive job right there for that 41 driver, and keeps it going. Oh, Miller in here in the top 10, from that 10 car. Spins it through the grass, and keeps her going. Man, car spinning all over the place, but holding on to it. Very good job there by those drivers. I believe right here we're seeing some close racing as well. Roger Pierce, Frankie Barroso. This is for about 15th, 16th. Trying to get back into the fray, into that top 10. But right now, a battle for the lead. Brandon Bowie is under fire by Devin Smecker. An awesome job so far. Everyone's holding on to it. Starting to get single file right now, and Devin Smecker finds his way around him down low. What does he have for that 23 car? Drip drops on the hood right there. Can he get around Brandon Bowie? Sends it into turn number 3. And he's clear of him. He makes it work with the crossover move by Bowie. Incredible job right there for Brandon Bowie. Still maintains that lead after making that crossover move. Very cool job right there. But folks, lap 80. And as we always like to do, we'll go and bring the noise here, sponsored by Harpoon Design. Let's get it. Huge thanks as always to harpoondesign.com for the great and awesome Bring the Noise segment. Always a fun time to crank up these cars and just let them roar right now. And Devin Smecker up front right now battling Brandon Bowie, man. These guys are going at it for the last couple laps here, about the last 5 laps. Really, really impressive job. But again, you got to be careful. You can't wear down those tires too quick. We still have one more green flag pit stop to make at a minimum. And man, right now, close racing. Roger Pierce, Michael Johnson up front as well. A lot of different drivers right now can win this race, and Brandon Bowie still finds himself in that top spot. All kinds of madness right now going on. This whole top 10, really the top 5 or 6, are battling so hard right now. They want to just maintain that clean air. But right now, who can hold on to their tires the most? A little further on back, Frankie Barroso, Daryl Young right now, 15th and 16th. Jamie Graham battling back from a drive-through penalty earlier on in the race. Finds himself in P17. Max Brady, 18th spot right there. We saw him come down pit road off strategy a little bit, and still really haven't been able to find an answer as far as to why, but I believe it was strategy that just didn't play out for him as well, but overall not too bad. A couple drivers back here. Gary Slapinski was looking very good earlier on. Not sure why he's back in 23rd spot. Definitely unfortunate there. Again, Andrew Phipps, James Kaufman, all these drivers involved in earlier incidents, but are still on the track trying to recover as many points as they can. Miller as well, Mark Whitley. Same thing goes for Tim Robb. So a lot of drivers, I mean, about 10 of them are kind of beating and banging, holding up. Speaking of Max Brady, comes down pit road again. Or as we talk to him, let's see what he does here. Comes down, right side tires, maybe left side tires now. Probably 2 tire stop, 4 tire stop. There it is, takes the 4 tires. So interesting move as he goes a lap down right there with Brandon Bowie. That right there might have been where his fuel window opened, so maybe he's trying to do it really, really early in hopes that something happens for him. But man, look at this battle right here. This top 5, top 6. These guys cannot get away from each other. Michael Johnson on the outside of Roger Pierce. Really, really strong field right now. These guys are just so even. So hard to drive this track again. It's just even temperatures and man, just tires. Tight conditions it looks like for a lot of these guys, but also loose off. Especially in turn 4. And John Hagan as well. Stuck on the outside lane. I'm not sure that's really where he wants to be, but overall, holding on to a solid top 7 right now. Nick Lights, your pole sitter, and also stage 1 winner, trying to battle Brandon Bowie. Nick Lights has found himself back up to the front, and I think that's bad news here for Brandon Bowie because Nick Lights looked so strong early on. Pretty close battle right here too, at least it was. Martin Nava, Richard Woodruff, a couple of guys banged up in some prior incidents, but man, they looked pretty good earlier on. Seeing some smoke on the track right here. What is that? No car spun out, maybe just a little smackaroo in the wall, but we keep going. Single file, really all the way back right here. Joseph Mealy, Jacob Wiest, Daryl Young trying to find their place right now into that top 10. They're just right outside of it right now. Might need a caution or two to get themselves into that track position or some better tires. But the shortcut here, or the short pit, excuse me, will definitely play into a pretty big role. So we'll see who decides to take that. Man, Ryan Dunkelberger on the outside lane and Roger Pierce as well. Those guys got really close together there. Dunkelberger now way up high. Turns 1 and 2 up like way up high like that, kind of flattens out the other way. It's really awkward feeling. But he makes it stick, currently in that 10th spot. A battle to watch right here. Brandon's 6 teammates here with Hugo Curiel. Excuse me. It's Hugo Curiel's car, but Brandon's 6 is subbing in for him. And then Michael Johnson in that 39. Gonna fit right in. Joseph Mealy as Daryl Young on the inside. They might be going 3 wide here. Dunkelberger on the outside. Oh, Roger Pierce gets loose. Off turn 2, keeps it going. Very good job right now. Joseph looking pretty strong right now. Hasn't really been up at the front, but man, again, this is what we talked about, track position, right? get yourself up front, and that can really showcase your speed. And a lot of these guys right here have the speed, just can't get to that front, get that clean air. It's just so important. Lap 96, Brandon Bowie still up front. Followed by Nick Lights, Devin Smecker, John Hagen, and Brandon 6. Whoa, is that Matthew Fleming? Yes, it is. Through the grass, I believe it was. Kept it going. Impressive job there for Matthew Fleming. Man, he was just, in the background of that last shot, he was just flying through it. But a good job to hold on to that car. Joseph Milley losing a few spots here to Austin Salyers. Daryl Young coming up right here. A lot of Harpoon Design Racing teammates. Solid racing. Already lap 98. This race is flying by. Very good to see. Very good racing so far. Minimal cautions. We love to see that. And Austin Salyers making a great move down here, down low. Trying to peek in between Joseph Mealy on the inside lane. Overall, great job right there. Trying to find that lane to make him around. Daryl Young there too. These aren't bad spots right now outside that top 12, top 10. These pay good points too, and right now teammates battling side by side. Austin had a great run on the outside lane and made it stick. Very, very impressive. Brandon Bowie taking lap 100 here. Green flag pit stops. We should be seeing here in about the next 5 or 10 laps, probably about 5 laps or so, we'll see some green flag racing. Green flag pit stops, excuse me. We're currently watching green flag racing, so great to see right now. Frankie Barroso making his way back. Is in 13th right here, almost in P12. After a pretty, well, I would say up and down day, but it's mostly been down for him. But he is climbing up to the front. Ooh, kisses the wall in turn 4. It's not going to help. Jacob Wiest. Here he comes. He might be the first one down pit road here. Will this force these leaders to come down pit road? Because Wiest right here is going to have incredibly fresh tires, and that will make him very, very fast for this last 33 laps. Will that force the leaders to come down? Brandon Bowie, his lead is still about 0.2 of a second. Christian Angel, here he comes as well. Started P3, has an incredibly fast car, definitely knows how to get around this track, but man, these fresh tires, this is what it could be. Almost misses his pit stop right there. Close, close. Here we go, Michael Johnson, Roger Pierce. We were gonna go to a race day non-stop and thank a few sponsors, but man, right now, with green flag pit stops, there's no way we can do that. We'll get to that in a second, but Roger Pierce has some damage here on the right side. Not sure who he got involved with. Joseph Mealy as well comes down pit road. A lot of these guys, this is going to be key, coming down early, getting fresh tires. Martin Nava as well on pit road. Nick Lights, here he comes. Got to be so careful. Pit road entry here isn't the worst, but you cannot speed coming down pit road. That will kill your race. Who decides, if anybody, to take those 2 tires like Gary did? Gary Slapinski back in Michigan. Do we even see someone do that? We just might. Joseph Mealy comes off pit road right there. Your leader is still staying on track. John Hagen, though, from P5 comes down. Daryl Young right now as well in that 71. Everyone coming down pit road. Lap 105. The longer these drivers stay out, especially these leaders, Brandon Bowie, Devin Smecker, Brandon 6. Got to be really careful when you time this because the undercut definitely can help here. But also, if you stay out late, you got to be careful for that caution flag. Definitely want to wait for that if you can, if you're one of these drivers who can stay out. But right now, nobody else coming down pit road. It's lap 106, so we're about 28 laps to go here until the end of this race, the Same State Showdown, presented by Wheels America. Jamie Graham going to be one of the first to come down from Murphy Esports in that 62 Cardano machine. Looking sharp today. Ryan Dunkelberger as well comes down pit road in the 4. A couple of drivers making that move right here, but still nobody from the leader group, that top 3, give or take. Gareth Lipinski, Julio Villalobos. He had a pretty damaged car earlier on, but here he is, doing great. Here we go, leaders coming in. Brandon Bowie, Frankie Barroso. Getting word right now that Frankie Barroso, the 48, has sped down pit road on entry, so this will be, unfortunately, and blows through his pit box. That'll be, I believe, a drive-through or a 40-second penalty on the other way around. So huge loss right there for Frankie Barroso, but that's why you're lucky if you're Frankie to have those 2 wins already in the W column. Brandon Bowie gets off right there. Devin Smerker. More of your leaders. What did they decide to do? 2 tires, 4 tires. It's lap 109. Looks like 4 tires it is. Austin Sires as well comes down pit road. Has to rewind just a bit into that pit box. Frankie Barroso holding on to those 40 seconds. Man, tough break. Jackson Anderson as well down pit road. A lot of these guys. Brandon 6, here he is. In the 74. Again, subbing in for Hugo Curiel for Bowie International, the team. Holding on to that, Julio Villalobos, Josh Larson in P3 right now. Wishing and praying for a miracle of a caution to come out. So we will see, folks, how this works and how this ends up. But right now, Brandon 6 is your leader. Right now, the lead, once these top 3 drivers come back into pit road and take their green flag pit stop, it should cycle back to Nick Lights, it looks like right here. Roger Pierce right there as well. Brandon Bowie didn't have a great pit stop right there. He's going to have fresher tires by a little bit. But right now in that P11 spot, has to get through all this lap down, or not lap down, but traffic. We'll see how that works out for him momentarily. But Brandon 6 getting passed right here by faster cars on fresh tires. Kenny Reel in at number 11, looking pretty sharp. That Jordan paint scheme right there. There we go. Villalobos coming down pit road, looks like. Took a really conservative line into that pit stop, and Marshall Harris as well comes down pit road. As well as Jeremy Miller already on there as well, fixing some damage, it would appear. So that leaves Brandon 6 and Josh Larson at the front of the pack. So can Brandon 6 hold on to these drivers right now? Nick Lights, Roger Pierce, he's going to have to get around them. And we see it, Nick Lights getting around Brandon 6. So Brandon 6 right now probably has to pit, I would say right now, as the leaders just came down. And here he comes. 6 was kind of, he wanted that Hail Mary, open for a caution, didn't come. And here he is. Josh Larson, though, should inherit, well, maybe not. I was going to say maybe inherit that lead for just a lap to get, to get that 1 extra point, but does not do it in that really, really good looking paint scheme right there. San Antonio Karting Complex. Go and check those guys out, man. That looks really, really fun. But up front, Brandon 6 still the lead until right now. So Nick Lights takes over the lead right here with 21 laps to go. Green flag pit cycles have concluded. And right now, Nick Lights up front, Roger Pierce in P2. Awesome, awesome run for these boys. Michael Johnson, 3rd place. Christian Angel with a career run so far. Currently in P4, trying to make a move around for P3. John Hagan in 6th. And then Brandon Bowie, who had the lead right there up until the end, finds himself in P6. So 20 laps to go. If this puppy stays green, tell you what, we might have a new winner this season. And it could be one of these guys in the top 5. So looking pretty good, folks. Right now, let's go and take a race day nonstop. We'll go and thank a few sponsors with 20 laps to go. But we'll keep the live action on screen as well. We'll come right back.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, Rock pool cash grab, NFTs delight, Rock pool cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back, folks. Right now for the Same State Showdown, we are under caution. Julio Villalobos is crab walking around Texas Motor Speedway. Hit into the wall very, very hard out of turn 4. And right now, I would assume trying to get down pit road, man. Tough break for Villalobos. Was involved in a wreck earlier, and right now tried to keep it on track to, you know, get some more points. But right now, man, he is just in bad shape. So unfortunate, but right now, 16 laps to go. That will change everything for a lot of these guys. Everyone going to come down pit road, get those tires for sure. And we'll see how this works. A lot of guys, look at this though, staying out. A lot of these guys stayed out late. Brandon 6. Josh Larson, they pitted very, very late. So these guys might be in pretty good spots. As we saw, a lot of these guys are going to be all over the place here. Varying strategies. This could be massive. Well, everyone coming off pit road right now, looking pretty strong. Brandon 6 going to be leading us off here in P1. Austin Salyers in P2. Richard Woodruff in P3. Brandon Bowie P4, so it looks like Brandon Bowie might have actually stayed out right there. I don't believe he came down, so interesting call right there. Matthew Fleming, Nick Lights. A lot of these guys did come down pit road for the 4 tires. They do matter a lot right here, so this definitely could be the case. But right here, we're seeing it. Varying strategies. A couple drivers right there. Matthew Smith, Tim Robb. Kenny Relo going to get the wave around. Bunch more drivers coming down pit road. So late race cautions, here we go again. 15 laps to go. And again, folks, we know how crazy the restarts here can get. We saw it earlier on the restarts for the stages. So right here with 15 laps to go, I have a funny feeling. Cautions breed cautions. And we're going to find out pretty quick how that actually works out. But again, win on the table. The first race of the Same State Showdown. All these things can matter. So we'll see pretty quick how they end up. So the top 3 drivers right here on track will get the wave around next time by. So we'll see that. Everyone also coming down the back stretch and choosing right now. So big shout out as always to Brandon Davis, who's our race control. Also does the choose car. So pretty cool stuff right there. Looking good. Inside lane, outside lane. This could determine how this race ends. The outside lane kind of works on the restarts, especially with those clean and fresh tires, but man, you really got to make it work and you really got to commit to it. So right here with 15 laps to go, who can win this race? Will we see a first-time winner? Or could we see a repeat winner? Brandon 6 again. We know how deadly he can be up front. He's not going to have the freshest tires, but he is subbing in for Hugo Curiel. How great would it be for Hugo's car to be in victory circle, but it's not him in the cockpit. You never know. We've seen it before in prior seasons for the ASRA, and man, this could be it right here. Christian Woodruff on the outside, Austin Salyers as well. And then the usual suspects about 4th on back. Brandon Bowie, Matthew Fleming, Devin Schmecker, Nick Lights. A lot of these guys are very, very fast. We'll see if they can kind of fly through this field. Right now, the pace car lights are off. We're going to go back green with 13 laps to go. Will this be our last caution? I've got a funny feeling it won't be. But you never know. I've been proven wrong before. Overall, a fantastic job. Great race so far. A couple of cautions, obviously, but pretty good racing nonetheless. Really, the only cautions have come from, just self spins or loose conditions or things like that. Not a whole lot of aggressive driving or hitting into each other. So far, a great job. We're going to go back green here. 13 laps to go. And the green flag is out. We are back green. A lot can happen in 13 laps, as we saw last week at Darlington, but oh no, Austin Salyer's going to get around right here, maybe. His teammate Roger Pierce together, going to come across the field. And the yellow flag is going to be out right here with 13 laps to go. We saw this coming, folks. We knew it would happen. Roger Pierce got turned around there a little bit by Austin Salyers. Really, really tough break. We'll go back and take a look. Try and get a better look a little earlier here. Happened all so fast. It's always hard sometimes to track down these cautions. There we go. We'll find it here. So Austin Salyers right there in that purple top. Matthew Fleming dives low right there. He kind of had a room, but not really. Yeah, Austin smacks the back end of that 27 Woodruff. And that, unfortunately, kind of started the whole ping pong. Pierce had nowhere to go right there, and he's going to get spun out. Pierce was the one that actually brought out the yellow, excuse me, because he was sideways on track, and iRacing recognized that. And then, man, so close for Angel and Michael Johnson right there. I believe Roger gets nailed right here by the one, yet Matthew Pont, Roger as well. So really, really tough break for a lot of these guys. But as we expected to see, just hard racing at the end of these races. It's going to happen every single time. This car in particular is just so hard to pass with at these 1.5 mile tracks. So it's you're going to get racing like this, and unfortunately you want it to be clean and respectful. And I think for the most part it is, right? But a lot of guys going for those tough spots. So 11 laps to go right now. We're going to go back green about maybe lap 9. So a lot can change still, but Brandon 6, Brandon Bowie up front. Devin Sprecher, Matthew Fleming, and Nick Light's going to be your top 5. Couple drivers right here. Austin Salyers, Dunkelberger, and Michael Johnson coming down pit road. I don't really think Michael Johnson had a lot of damage, it looked like, but maybe it was, unfortunately. But he seemed to have a pretty minimal impact there, but we'll see if he ends up losing a lap or whatnot. But a lot going on. So yellow flag right now. We'll go and thank a few sponsors. We'll come right back for the hopeful conclusion of this same state showdown, race number 1. We'll come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, here we are. Pace car lights are still on. We're going to go one more lap until we go back green here. About 8 laps to go will be what we get next. Choose rule has already been in effect, and right now Brandon 6 is up front. Brandon Bowie in P2. Devin Sprecher in P3. Matthew Fleming. Nick Lights is your top 5. Bunch of notables here in the top 10 as well. Jacob Weist. Very good run right there in that P6 spot. Great job, Daryl Young, 7th place. Richard Woodruff, Max Brady, John Hagan. A lot of great talent right here in this top 10, so we'll see what they can offer as we try and wrap this race up. Very, very impressive. Again, as a reminder, Brandon 6 is subbing in for Hugo Curiel here in that 74, so not normally in his normal car. Brandon is part-time in the series. And again, not playoff eligible, so he's just out here for trophies. So we'll see if Brandon 6 can pull this one off. But very, very cool, nonetheless, to see potentially a substitute driver win this race. But a long way to go. 8 laps. We found out real quick last week at Darlington. 8 laps can be an eternity. We have 3 green, white, checkered flag attempts if we need them. Hopefully we don't, right? But we'll go back green here with 8 laps to go. And we will try and conclude the first race of the same state showdown here for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Pace car going to pull off right here. The Geico restart zone for Brandon Bowie and Brandon 6. Who can win this race? 8 laps to go, and the green flag is back out in the air. Inside lane is so much preferred right there. Devin Smerker down low. Oh, but a spin up back, I believe. So, oh man, somebody made an incredible save right there. I believe that was Martin Nava again with just a massive save. Such a good job. Brandon 6 with a great restart right now. Devin Sprecher, though, is hot on the trail of Brandon Bowie. Right behind him, Daryl Young, Matthew Fleming. What can these guys do right here? A lot of fresh tires behind Brandon 6. He just has to hold on to them, but right now, big, big runs. Ooh, some net code right there. You saw that. Man, the 2 and the 88 collided. There's no actual contact. Very interesting. Max Brady dives down low right here into turn 1. Does he have it to stick? So far, yes, he does. But man, side by side, close with Daryl Young. Still 3 wide here as we enter turn 3. Oh man, amazing job right here for Daryl Young to still hold on to the outside lane. Couple drivers in the back of the field. Andrew Phipps, I believe, as well. Drives through the grass, as well as I believe that's Gary Slapinski. Man, both keep it going. We stay green. Awesome job. Right here at the line, 4 laps to go. Brandon 6 leading us off. Can Brandon Bowie catch him though? His teammate, or Devin Smecker? A lot of these guys trying to get this win. But right here, this is a very close battle. Nick Lights, Daryl Young. Super close racing. Matthew Fleming as well with the top 4. Brandon 6. Up front, that clean air is just absolutely huge. And Brandon Bowie is right there to maybe capitalize. We're going to find out. Devin Smecker, though, trying what he can to get his first win of the season. Already a multi-time winner from last season. Matthew Fleming as well. Right there trying to track him down. Daryl Young, Max Brady still side by side. These guys have been side by side for 5 laps now, it seems. What a good job. 2 laps to go here. Next time by will be the white flag, and Brandon Bowie is right there next to his teammate, Brandon 6. Can he catch him enough to get him? Devin Smecker as well. He is close to capitalize. Brandon Bowie on the outside lane. Can he get around him? And the white flag is out for the same state showdown here at Texas Motor Speedway. 1 lap to go. What can Brandon Bowie do? Can't do it. Loses it in turn 1. That might be it. He tried so hard to get to him, to his teammate. But Brandon 6 right now in the lead. Again, subbing in for Hugo Curiel. He's going to be ecstatic to see his car in victory lane, but it's going to be Brandon 6, your winner today from Texas. Brandon Bowie in P2, Devin Smecker in P3, Matthew Fleming 4th place, and Nick Lights P5. Rounding up the top 10, Max Brady in P6, John Hagan 7th, Daryl Young 8th, Damon Graham in P9, and Joseph Mealy rounds out the top 10. So a great job there for Murphy Esports, obviously. But the victors today are Bowie Esports. Man, Brandon 6 subbing in for Hugo Curiel. Gets the big dub today. Awesome job for him. His first win of the season. Man, had to fight through it. Looked pretty decent most of the race, but just wasn't up front. But pit strategy and late race cautions definitely changed everything here for Brandon 6. So right now in that 74, not normally the colors you see him in, but man, an awesome job right here. We'll go and thank a few sponsors, folks. We'll come back and we'll talk to your top 3. We'll come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, Rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, Rug pull, cash grab, idiot. it.
All right, folks, we are back to the Same State Showdown, and here today we are in Texas Motor Speedway at the conclusion of today's race. In third place belongs to Devin Smecker in that beautiful DripDrops.io machine. We're going to bring him in real quick and talk to us about that top three. Let's get him on in here. Got to track him on down first, as we usually do. Here we go. Here's Devin. Here he is, Devin Smecker, in that, again, beautiful 26 machine, DripDrops.io. Hey, man, awesome job today. Car looks, not in perfect shape on the right side there, but hey, you managed to get a top three. Pretty good day today so far. First podium, I believe, of the season. So, awesome job, man. Talk to us about your race.
Yeah, what an adventure. We were really good all night long. Not a great qualifying effort, and I'll tell you what, that really set me back. The first stage wasn't able to pass anybody. It took about 20 laps for my tire saving abilities to pay off, and we were able to climb up there, and we got some stage points. I don't remember the entire flow of events, man. That was like a season in itself. But at the end of the race there, a whole bunch of different strategies. You had 6 staying out on about 5 lap old tires, and me and Bowie were on 2. Nick, my teammate, came out in front of me with 4, and I really thought that he was in a position to win it. But I had no idea how much damage I had on that right front. I don't know if it was caught on the broadcast or not, but 21 accidentally cut my nose off into 3, and he did a heck of a job saving it. But, I mean, I must have hit him real hard. And, man, it just destroyed my right front.
It sure did, but hey, at the end of the day, a P3 is pretty good. I do recall you saying, maybe somewhere on the Discord somewhere, that this is quote-unquote the worst track in the world. So, honestly, for you to finish P3, I think is a pretty good day. You already mentioned it, your qualifying effort and whatnot, but either way, an awesome job for you, man. Congratulations. Give us your shout-outs for any sponsors or friends, family, and we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. I could shout out so many different people right now. I want to thank Drip Drops for coming on board. They'll be on the car for all but 2 or 3 races throughout the end of the year. This is just a Richard Petty 1976 inspired scheme. Owner of Drip Drops, big Richard Petty fan, and we're just trying to. We really liked that Petty Blue last week at Darlington, and we were trying to incorporate it. Yeah, we were trying to incorporate it into a season-long thing, and we were able to come up with something pretty darn cool, I think, given the intricacies of the next gen and all the weird body lines and stuff. So we are super happy with it. And I just want to thank everybody at Murphy Esports. I'm just taking a quick look at the finishing order here. We've placed all 4 cars in the top 10. That's a first for us. That is huge. So shout out to Nick, Jamie, and Joseph. Jamie has been working his butt off on becoming a complete race car driver, and I think you're beginning to see the fruits of his labor. The last 2 weeks, I don't think he's had a single incident, so I'm super proud of him. He's so fast. He's a great driver. Sometimes I tell him, sometimes you don't need to go 110, you just got to go 100. And when he's able to put races together like this, he'll see victory lane before the year's over. So shout out to everybody, and shout out to Brian Murphy for being a great boss.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, man. Congrats on the P3. We'll see you next week at COTA.
Thanks, Steve.
Alrighty, there he is, your P3. Devin Smecker, awesome run for him today. Next in, we'll bring in Brandon Bowie. Again, stage 2 winner, Brandon Bowie. So an awesome job. We'll sneak him in here. There he is, Brandon Bowie, your stage 2 winner. Almost got it done there, tracking down your teammate Brandon 6, but man, looked pretty good. Had a little bit fresher tires there at the end, but that clean air seemingly just was king.
Yeah, I knew that from the beginning. Knew that from the beginning when I was leading all those laps. And actually, I thought I was sitting in the catbird seat when I came in for that last pit and took two to see that my teammate subbing for Hugo, Brandon 6, had actually just pitted. So I knew that this is going to be tough to try and race him hard and not, wreck him or put him in a compromising position where he gets into the wall or anything like that. Just try to keep it as clean as possible. But all in all, I guess a good day, 1-2. But I definitely will say second place is the first loser, so that kind of sucks.
Yes, sir, but not too bad. You've got a couple of wins on the season so far, one at the Clash and obviously one at Kentucky, so you're locked into the playoffs, and hey, things like this can happen, but looking pretty solid so far this season, man. Give us your shout-outs real quick to any sponsors you might have or friends and family. What you got?
Yeah, they boosted for always supporting the Bowie Esports team, along with Battle Beaver. The guys back at the shop, they put a good practices together. Working with a couple other associate teammates, Matt Fleming's team was definitely good this week. Just trying to get a hold of what what needed to be done to be fast and consistent. So that was really good to work with them. Thank family, of course. Gotta thank you for putting on the broadcast, the league, and my family. That's about it.
Awesome, man. Congrats again. We'll see you next week at COTA, going road course racing.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, there he is, Brandon Bowie, your P2 position driver. Not sure how to say that, but great job again for P2 for him. And right now we're going to bring in Brandon 6. Here he is, your winner today for the first race, of the same state showdown. Man, awesome job right here. Racing in a car that you're not familiar with, obviously a Toyota, and it's, Hugo Curiel's car, but hey, you know what? At the end of the day, you brought it home with the win, and I'm sure Hugo's going to smile on his face seeing his car in victory circle, man. So how'd that race go for you? And, it looks like you took, I guess had older tires by a little bit at the end there. How'd you do it?
Yeah, luckily the caution kind of fell on my lap there, and it kind of worked out on my strategy part, I guess. I was staying out as long as possible, hoping for a caution. Came down, took my two tires. I was pretty far back. I would have definitely made up some positions, maybe got back to like a top 5, which is honestly what I was hoping for in this race. Texas is probably my worst track beside Homestead. I do not like this track whatsoever. Plus, I had no practice coming into this race, which is why I didn't qualify. I just kind of wanted to figure the track out, learn the ropes behind people, see what I could figure out, and it took a good chunk of the race for me to figure out what to do. But as the race went on, I kind of kept getting faster and faster, and it kind of got to me. I had a good long run pace. I just didn't have the short run pace that some of these guys had, like Bowie. Truthfully, I think Bowie should have won it, but luckily with these bigger mile and a halves, like you can kind of block with the air, like you see in the real world.
Yeah.
So I was telling Bowie, I was like, man, I think I looked out my rearview mirror more than I did the freaking windshield the whole last like 5 laps or whatever it was. I don't even remember it because all I was remembering just block his air.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, it worked well for you, obviously. So obviously, hey, this season not really going for a championship. You won that last season, finally. But hey, today going for trophies, and you got one today. So great job today. We're gonna see you next week at COTA. Some road course racing.
Yep, I'll be back in my car for the COTA race. A good old road course racing. I'm looking forward to it.
Beautiful. Well, awesome job again today, man. Give us your shout outs real quick. Any sponsors, friends, family? What you got?
Yeah, gotta thank Hugo, obviously, for I guess letting me in the car here tonight. Obviously, I think he wasn't able to make it due to the time change and stuff like that, because I think they in Mexico they didn't have their time change or whatever. So obviously, looking forward to, I guess, seeing him back in the car and everyone else.
For sure.
But, shout out to Battle Beaver, everything they do for me, Bowie, the Bowie Esports team, and you, Steve, for putting on this league and the broadcast. Thank you for everything you do.
Well, yes, sir. Thank you so much. Great job, man. We'll see you next week. Awesome run for Brandon 6, man. I just can't say enough about him. Won last season's championship and decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to run part-time this season. And, man, just did a great job today. We saw him earlier this season as well, but didn't really have the luck, I guess you could say, as we saw today. So awesome job, put it all together right here, and got the win in Hugo Curiel's car. So going to be very cool to see that. Hugo's going to be pretty happy. So always fun in that regard, but your top 20, there they are right there. Man, awesome job. So today, again, folks, was the first race of the Same State Showdown. Next week, we're going right back to Texas, but it's going to be COTA, the Circuit of the Americas road course. We'll do that. So we're going to basically compile the points from today's race and add them to next week's race ending results. And then whoever is the quote-unquote champion of those two races will be the Same State Showdown champion. And they're going to get a pile of cash and an entry into the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. So pretty cool stuff. Be here with us next week, next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for that race here for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Join us next Monday for the Nora Truck Series. It's going to be an incredible time, as it always is. I believe it's going to be at Bristol, so really sweet. And then soon, we're going to be also adding in on Thursday nights, I believe at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Extreme Graphics Cup Series. So a lot of stuff on the plate for race day, but we can't do it without you folks. So big thanks to all of you for all the support, all the subscriptions, all the super chats. Big shout out to Thomas Meeks for super chatting $5 earlier. Really appreciate that. And all those contributions and donations will go towards furthering race day and better graphics and cooler stuff and all kinds of stuff. So appreciate that, folks. We'll come and see you next week. Have a good night. We love you.